Hi there, folks. I wanted to show you how to make a really sturdy bike basket with supplies from the dollar store. And this is quite a sturdy weight-bearing one. So, what you need for this, you need a basket of your choice. You need two shelf brackets, scrap pieces of wood. I, in fact, had two. I used bed slats, at least 2 inches by 9 inches, but it might vary depending on the size of your bike. 4 screws, although you could get away with two, a handsaw, or any other kind of saw for chopping the wood down to size, unless you have the wood that's already at the right size. And finally, you're going to need some zip ties. I used approximately 10 of them. For optional supplies, if you have a drill, it makes your life easier, sandpaper or a sanding block, and finally, I used some sticky felt protectors to protect my bike from this mechanism. And what's great about this is I got all of this from my local dollar store. So they had good, sturdy shelf brackets for $2. I got the basket for $4 there, and I spent $2 in zip ties, meaning this project cost me $8. And luckily, I had the tools and some scrap wood lying around as well. So, how does this all work? Well, this is the final product, but how do you get there? First off, I took the shelf brackets and I put some zip ties through it, as you can see here. Then I attached those to the handlebar so that they folded out in the front. And in fact, underneath the zip ties, because I didn't want them to damage my handlebars, I put some sticky felt protectors that I got from the dollar store too for $1. So this is what it looks like from the front. And what I did with my scrap piece of wood, and in this case, I used a broken bed slat that I had. So I took that, measured it behind, and drew with a pencil, marked the places where I was going to put my screws. And so in the end, it looked something like this. You could see the 4 places where I was going to drill some holes. And I also marked off a place where I wanted to cut my wood. So here you can see I used my saw and just an easy handsaw. If you really don't have any tools at home, I even saw at the dollar store they had a handsaw. So that's an option for you as well. Use that handsaw, cut my piece of wood. In this case, I'm using 2 pieces of wood, but one should be fine. I used a sanding block that I had just to sand off the edges to make it a little bit smooth. I used my drill, I think 1/8 of an inch, to pre-drill holes just to make putting in the screws easier. I know that there are ways to do this without a drill. I think you have to spike in a pilot hole and then you can screw in some wood screws, but see what you can do. Finally, this is what the product looked like before I attached it to the brackets. So you can see here I have put in my 4 screws and it fit beautifully. And at this point, before securing this to the bike frame, I put another padded sticky pad there just to protect my bike frame. I'd rather my paint not get scratched. After that, once the sticky pad is there, I use 2 more zip ties to secure this brackets to the base of the handlebars. And of course, protecting it from scratching the bike is that sticky pad. And so this is kind of what the product looks like. And then the last step is really easy. And this is what it looks like from behind as well. You can see the crisscross pads. Last step is to zip tie your basket to your frame. So I used 6 zip ties, but it really depends on how many zip ties you have and what your basket looks like. And this is shockingly sturdy. These were the only weights I had in my house. I think it could easily hold a gallon of milk or groceries. Those are 8 pounds. I think this worked out to 32 pounds. Now this is a little heavy for the basket, but it was holding up just fine. So this is the final version. And it's quite sturdy. And I even took it out for a little ride. And it really did the trick. So best of luck to you in making your very own dollar store bike basket. Thanks so much.